Okay, welcome back to the channel. This is Steve. If you've never been here before, I'm Steve. Okay, there we go. So today we're going to do some more TikTok shorts. These are going to be 3 different song clips. I don't even know what they are right now. Basically I'm on Instagram, and I'm just kind of taking them in order. I'm working my way down backwards in time, I believe. So let's listen.
Told me it was over. Yeah, 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 yeah. When I saw you in her talking, something deep down in my soul said, "Go cry, girl." Something told me it was over. Yeah, 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 yeah. When I saw you in her talking, something deep down in my soul said, "Go cry, girl." Something told me it was over. Yeah, 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 yeah. When I saw you in her talking, something deep down in my soul said, "Go cry, girl."
Okay, so this is I'd Rather Go Blind, I believe. Oh my goodness. What do you say? You know? I mean, every note, every song, every place that she's at, whether she has, like now she has this nice microphone that she likes, I think, or one similar to it, and or whether she's got her cell phone out in a parking garage, right? Does it really matter? It doesn't matter. Guess what? She's still bringing her voice with her, and that's the whole thing, right? Well, besides herself as a person, she's a great person, and she has the best voice I've ever heard in my life. And the convergence of those two things may or may not be a coincidence. I don't know. But let's move on to the next one. That's beautiful, man. I'll be right back. I'm gonna do pause the video real quick, and I'm gonna go get another video. I'll be right back. So we're back with the second video of 3. And I just listened to this one. This is an instrumental only. Angelina does not sing. However, what I like about all these videos is that we get to see a little bit more behind the scenes and Angelina in real life settings doing real life things. In this one, I'm particularly amazed by her piano skills are getting much better. This is a much more intricate piece than what we normally hear, and which is fine. If we hear anything, one note of anything is okay with me. But the other thing I noticed in this one is, if you watch Angelina, is I think she's practicing a lot of skills at once, and one of them is that she periodically looks at the camera and gives us a little smile. So she's very acutely aware of the camera, that we're watching, that we're her fans, and all the other stuff. And she always, I'll tell you what, when you see her live in person, like up in Portland, she knows everything. You can tell she is in full command of the entire environment that she's in, as far as knowing where everything is and what's going on and who's doing what and the whole nine. So, and of course she's there for the audience. So she pays attention to the audience too, very much so. So let's go ahead and watch this instrumental. It's actually quite lovely. So you can see Angelina's concentrating on the piano work, and it's pretty intricate, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not a piano player, but I think all her fingers are doing something. So that's pretty impressive. You know, as a carpenter, I spent my whole career basically trying not to hit my fingers with the hammer. Okay, that was my chief thing to be alert to every day. Don't hit your fingers with the hammer, okay? Because it makes it hard to hang on to the nails to hit the next nail, right? Or back in the days, actually, when I first started doing carpentry work, it was nails. You never saw a screw. Hardly, I would say never. In the early days when I was working, there were some people that had that was just coming on the scene when I way back then. Probably about 5 or 6 years after I started being a carpenter, then the pneumatic nail guns came into fashion. But those were nails too; those weren't screws, and they shot them out of like a gun kind of a thing, you know. And there was a big hose and all that, and yeah, they were fast. They weren't always as accurate as I would have liked to have them back in those days. Sometimes the nail would go off a little bit of an angle, which is dangerous if you're there holding on to something and the nail pops out of there unexpectedly somewhere. But, you know, the screws came out a little bit later. I'd say those became more popular in the 80s, I would guess, probably around there. Around the time that the battery-operated handheld screw guns got so much better that they could drive a bunch of screws in. In the early days of those too, you can only drive in a couple of screws and then run out of juice. You have to plug another battery in or do another battery. They didn't last that long. They didn't have a lot of power either. So if you got into any kind of wood that was hard or not soft, let's say, you were in trouble. It wasn't going to make it. So then you have to pre-drill holes or, you know, back the screw out and try again, see if it'll go in the second time. Then sometimes the heads would get rounded so that you couldn't even, then you had to pull the screw out. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Yeah, it's the life of a carpenter. So, but basically the whole day was spent, don't hit your fingers with the hammer. So let's go ahead and listen to this. Now, she's got all her fingers doing different things. This one's up in the air right now, but the other ones are down on the keyboard, and these are all busy. See them all in there? They're all blurry. Let's watch. Such a beautiful smile she has too, right? Those little looks and the little smile. According to the title of this, it says Angelina Jordana, and it says original audio. I'm not sure what that means. Oh. It means this. Okie dokie then. So what's this thing do? You guys are helping me explore something I've never explored before. That's this original audio button. I'll go back there again. Now it won't let me. Wow. I wonder why that is. That's weird. So I was just there, now it won't let me go back there again. Huh. Well, there was a second picture there. I was going to click on that, but I guess we'll have to skip it and use it the next time. All right, guys, well, let's go on to the next video. I know you're probably, those that are all familiar with all things internet and Instagram and all that are probably, I'm watching this old guy fool around with the buttons on Instagram. Just hit the right button. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, we're back. This is the third of our 3 TikToks today. Let's listen.
I was 5 and he was 6. We rode horses made of sticks. You were black and I were white. You would always win the fight. Bang, bang. I shot you down. Bang, bang. You hit the ground. Bang, bang. That awful sound. Bang, bang.
So we all know the song. Well, I think we all know the song. It's Bang Bang. I think it's the name of the song. And it was, she did this one. This was her third song on NGT back in, when she was 8 years old. And of course, it's a Nancy Sinatra made it famous back in the day. And it's been covered by a lot of people. It's been in a lot of movies and such as that. It's got just a great little melody, right? So Angelina's practicing her guitar. And singing the song for us in a little bit different way. It's a little bit more soulful. And we've heard her sing it many, many times, but not like this. That's why these shorts are so awesome, in my opinion. These are little gems, little pieces of gold that she did this video. Probably that's the only one. There's probably not much more to it. She probably didn't do more. She may have. But, you know, she does a little segment like that. Then she goes about her day, whatever she was doing. I mean, you can't film every minute of every day. It's hard to do, for one thing. But I'm not sure, you know, most of it, she probably doesn't want us to see. And that's okay, too. You know, it's just walking around, talking, doing whatever, right? So she does sit down to play this song for us, turns the phone on, captures the video, and puts it out there for us. And we get to watch. We are the privileged ones. We get to watch. Because we also want to watch. Which is something that a lot of people don't, you know, there's so many people that don't even know Angelina yet. I can't believe, I really find that so hard to believe. Because still to this day, I've been doing it for quite a while now. I go to Walmart and go buy something, bunch of bananas. I usually run out of bananas every few days. And I'm standing in line with my bananas. I'm going to check out. I try to always go to where there's a person, not the automatic one. I know how to use the automatic one. You can operate it just fine. But there's nobody to talk to there. You know, everybody's busy. They're all facing their little checkout machines and trying to check out. So the only thing you're going to do by talking to anybody there is bother them, okay? So what I do is I go to the one that's got the actual person checking you out. So I got at least that person to talk to, and anybody else that's in front of me or behind me. If I can start up a conversation about anything, and then eventually I wiggle Angelina in there somewhere. Oftentimes I'll have something with Angelina on my phone, and somebody might mention, "Oh, what do you have on your phone? What are you listening to?" Funny you should ask. Pull up a chair. Let's go buy some of that popcorn back there. I'll give you the whole story. So, yeah, I mean, but so many people have never heard of her. Once in a while, you get somebody who says, "Yeah, wasn't she on like AGT? She sang some song." You know, they don't. Yeah. You know the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. So let's go ahead and listen to this again.
I was 5 and he was 6. We rode horses made of sticks. You were black and I were white. You would always win the fight. Bang, bang. I shot you down. Bang, bang. the ground, bang, bang. That awful sound, bang, bang.
Oops. Oops. Steve, quit hitting the buttons. So, you know, the other thing nice about these videos like this one here, and most of the ones she's been doing on TikTok, she puts them in there up close and personal. We get to look at her doing what she does, what she loves to do, and we get to see her face. There's a certain calmness and serenity about her when she's singing. Also, happiness, because she's frequently giving us a smile. Now, she's concentrating sometimes too, like here. I think combining the instruments with her singing, that's a lot of people do it, but that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. I mean, let's face it. Now, I played the trombone. There's no way you can't sing and play the trombone at the same time, because you got to blow in the trombone to make any noise come out. So you can't be singing unless you're a ventriloquist. Like, what was her name there? That one America's Got Talent. She's doing some singing now, solo singing. I see she's got some videos up. What the heck was her name? Darcy Lynn. Yeah, she she's a cutie pie too, and yeah, she did some amazing stuff. That's why she won, right? So, although no, let's not get into it. Let's not talk about AGT and all that. My lips are sealed. So this is a beautiful video. So that's our video number 3 today. And I hope you liked them. I think they were all, you know, every single moment, every single note, every single song, every single venue, every single instrument she's playing or not playing, it does not matter. These are moments in time that won't be around forever, probably. And I think that, you know, I'm going to keep them, archive them. I'll have them on an expansion drive. I'll bury it in a box and bury it in my backyard as a time capsule. And sometime in the future, maybe somebody will find it and pull it out and say, "Who was this?" But you know what? I'll bet you if it gets buried for 100 years and dug back up again, I'll bet you they still know the name Angelina. I'll bet you they do. And it's going to be Angelina. It's not going to be Angelina Jordan. It's going to be a one name like Elvis, okay? Angelina. And when you say Angelina, you know it's this person right here. And I think that's just the eventual iconic status that she will rise to on her own, by her own nature and her talents and gifts and her willingness to share with us. I think doing these kind of things to me just builds a bond between Angelina and her fans and the audience that would be hard to build any other way. There are people that are what they call a flash in the pan, that have a magnificent performance and all of a sudden they're gone. You never hear from them again. Is that by choice, or is that by, you know, the way that it works in the industry? I don't know. Back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, I was kind of a fan of the one-hit wonder kind of bands for a while. And they might have a great song, but then you never hear from them again. And the fact is, they were out there making music probably before that and maybe after that, but they only had that one big hit. So you don't hear about them an awful lot. And sometimes when you listen to the music, you can see why. You know, their one big hit they had was a big hit, and the rest of the stuff is, you know, it's good, it's nice, but it's, you know, more along the lines of mediocre. And you know, those kind of things don't stick. You know, they're around, you listen to them, they're good background music, but they're not the kind of thing you're going to run out and buy and play over and over again necessarily. So let's get out of here. I'm talking too much. We will see you on the next video, guys. Bye-bye. Oh, have a good day, good night, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are, and we will see you on the next video. Appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.